What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be previewing the Collingwood-Carlton clash on Sunday. Let's get into it. So, as you are all aware by now, and you've seen my face plastered all over Blue Abroad's channel as well, Collingwood play Carlton 20 past 3 on Sunday. It's here. It's finally here. Terry said it best when he said that, at the start of the year when the fixtures get done, you look for your biggest rivals, and I definitely look for when we verse Carlton. 11 rounds in, it is an interesting game. We haven't played Carlton in a game against them when they've been on a good run and on a good roll. I can't remember the last time we've done that. And, credit to them, as much as I hate to give them credit to those fucking Blues, they're 8-2. There's no denying that they're at the moment, right now, at this moment, who knows what happens in the future, they're a top 4 side. You don't just get there by pure luck and pure coincidence. And we are in a position where it is going to be it's always a really good game. Doesn't matter if we're first and they're last, or if they're first and we're last. Doesn't matter where it is. It's like a grand final. It's finals atmosphere whenever we play each other. So it's got even more. If there's even more contest to it now that Carlton are finally good after 25 years of mediocrity. And being at the bottom of the ladder. So this has a little bit more weight to it, mainly on Carlton's end, but it does have a little bit more weight to it. So what has this sort of last couple of weeks taught us about our Pies coming up against, Michael Voss's Carlton side? We can match it with really good sides. We saw that against Fremantle. I'd be going into this preview and into this game in a different mindset had we had gotten thumped by Fremantle, who are another top 4 side, at home in Perth for them. We came out and we absolutely obliterated them. We didn't win by 50, 60, 70 points, but 36 points is a really good win. 1, in the wet, and 2, like I said, against a top 4 side. We can do it against these sides. We showed it against Geelong. I think we kicked 8 or 9 goals in that third quarter. Yes, they came back, but we showed it against Brisbane. They only won by a couple of goals. So we can do it. Our best football, our best football of the year looks freaking fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic. But then, on the flip side, we're 5-5 for a reason, because we put up performances like the Doggies, letting them kick 6 goals in that quarter. The Richmond game, absolutely no pressure until that last quarter when the game had been done. The West Coast game, just abysmal. That was a pathetic performance. And that's our best and our worst. Our best, the Fremantle game, the pressure was outstanding. Nearly 90 tackles. I think we had 200 and what was it? The stat? Over 200 on the pressure meter or whatever that was for that game. And then all the way down here for that West Coast game, we shouldn't have lost, but we did lose. So this Sunday is going to be an interesting litmus test for us. Can we match it with a team that has been going, really good? It's hard for me to sit here and deny it. And it was easy last year when they were fucking terrible, and the year before when they were terrible, and the year before that when they were terrible, and the year before that when they were terrible. But they're not terrible anymore at the moment. So it's going to be a test for us in front of our home game. So mostly our crowd. There's probably going to be in excess of 80,000. I'm thinking about 85,000, at least 85,000. So it's finals like atmosphere. The thing I like about that though is our boys have been there. They've played Anzac Day. This team has played Anzac Day, right? That was 60 something thousand on Anzac Day? Or was there more? Whatever it was. These boys, most of these guys, played off in the grand final a couple of years ago. They've played finals footy. We love this pressure. We love the crowd there. We thrive on it, right? We've been playing finals. Carlton, they wouldn't know what a large crowd is if you hit them in the face at the moment, right? 87,000, let's say there's 85,000, 80,000 there on Sunday. Their biggest game that they've played was against Richmond in round 1, 75, 80 something thousand. Cool. They've done it once, right? They've got some more new kids. They're not the same team that they were in round one personnel-wise. So can these kids stand up in this finals-like atmosphere that they haven't experienced yet? That's got to be, I think, not a lot of people are talking about that. Maybe because it's only like minuscule, but I know it's very interesting to me. It'll be the team who can ride those waves. In regard to everything else, Carlton, the ledger is even now, 128 wins each, and those 4 draws. We knocked it back. We knocked it in round 2 last year, where De Gea kicked 6 goals. They got one back towards the end of the year, where they just came out and smashed us. We were a shell of our former selves at the end of last year. So this one is going to be to get that ledger back on whoever side it may be on. Another off story from Carlton and Collingwood being the biggest rivalry is now the Craig McRae and Michael Voss story, where premiership players, Voss was obviously the captain at Brisbane, McRae was under him. They've won 3 premierships together, from friends to foes now. And that's a little thing. They're obviously still friends, they're not foes, but how it's just crazy how the universe conspired that they won those premierships together. Everything has led up to this moment for them, where you're going up against your captain, your old captain, and Collingwood's biggest rivals. That's just insane. It blows my mind. Look, in regards to personnel, who comes in and out of the team, I think we go unchanged. I dare say maybe Cox does play, Ollie Henry does play, and we have someone else on as an medical emergency. I think Tyler Brown will be that guy, that med sub, allowing Cox and Ollie Henry to play, because their ruck stocks, De Koning, young kid, doing well, and their second ruck with no pin in it is Jack Silvani. So if you're putting a Cameron or a Cox up against Jack Silvani, you're probably going to win most of those taps, or at least compete really, really well. But if they don't want Silvani, is De Koning going to play 100% in the ruck with a Cox and a Cameron rotating through? I think that's what our coaching selection panel will do. There's been a lot of talk on Blue Abroad with Terry, and then with Pommy on Twitter and stuff like this, about what happens with Darcy Moore. Now, Darcy Moore probably goes on Curnow to start. We know Curnow, he's in All-Australian form. I think he's kicked 38 goals. He kicked, 6 goals last week or something ridiculous like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he kicks 3 to 5 goals, like I said, on Blue Abroad. We don't have a player that can not run with him, go one-on-one with him. Jeremy Howe can't defend one-on-one. Darcy Moore, we know, isn't really a one-on-one defender. He's more of an intercept centre-half back, and that's his best position. That's why I kind of imagine the team. That's why I want Roughhead in the team. But I dare say that we put bodywork on Curnow, obviously. But we're going to have to intercept mark. That's what's going to kind of win us that game. And Darcy Moore kept Taberner to 0 goals last week. And Taberner is Freo's main goal source. So that was really good. That was encouraging. Yes, he let Tom Lynch kick 6 goals. Tom Lynch kicked 5 goals in that first quarter. And then, in that first half. And then only 1 goal after half time. So Darcy Moore can do it. This is going up against the best. He has to beat the best. He has to beat the best. Another thing is Carlton's midfield crop. Cripps, Walsh, Kennedy, Hewitt. Martin's coming back. He'll probably play maybe a half forward role. And Chera. Right? They're a good midfield side. Right? There's no doubting that. We have to. We can't tag. I don't think there's going to be tags, hard tags. Pendles might run with Cripps. Adams might run with Cripps. Maybe Maynard comes in, ruffles up some feathers. But it's not all about them, Our midfield has to stand up, and I've said this on Twitter multiple times. I think that the guy that's going to break Carlton's back, if it gets broken, is Jordan De Goey. He wants $1 million a season. He hasn't shown it in the last few weeks. The first month, great, awesome, right? He hasn't shown it in the last few weeks. He's missed a couple of goals last week. Hasn't really impacted around the contest, I feel. If he wants to earn good money and wants to be seen as one of the best in the competition, which I think he can be if he wants to be, he has to prove it on Sunday. He has to take this game by the scruff of the neck. We saw it round 2 last year when he kicked 6 goals. I'm not expecting 6 goals from him at all. 2 would be nice. 2 would be nice, and 25 touches and a couple of tackles and 6 clearances would be nice. But he needs to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Another thing I want to talk about is all this talk about Liam fucking Stocker against Ginnivan, right? We've all seen the comments, we've all seen the memes, the so funny, the Carlton memes, you know, about Stocker and Ginnivan. Ginnivan's got him rattled. He is less than 12 games in, and they're banking on Stocker to, I don't know what, hit him high or hit him off the ball. Cool, man, do that. Ginnivan's going to get a free kick if that happens, right? We know Ginnivan can draw a free kick. We know that he can kick a goal as well. Let Stocker come for him. Let's see what happens, you know. But Ginnivan has this Carlton team rattled, absolutely rattled. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Look, make no mistake, right? It's a big game on Sunday. As much as I'm trying to downplay it, and as much as I've been keeping my mouth quiet, it's a big game on Sunday. And like I said earlier in this video, mainly because Carlton aren't shit anymore. They're not in the bottom 6 teams of the competition. They're up the top now. Yeah, so they're not shit anymore like they have been for so long, and that's why Carlton supporters are up and about. You know, look, if they knock us off, we're 5-5. We'll go 5-6. We were expected to, you know, finish towards the bottom end this season. If they knock us off, it sucks. It's gonna suck losing to Carlton, you know. But we go on. We're exceeding expectations at the moment. But fuck, if we knock Carlton off, I will. Oh man. I've got a lot of things planned if we knock Carlton off. Believe me, I've got a lot of things planned. Because look, I hate a lot of things in this world, right? But in football terms, there is nothing I hate more than the Carlton Football Club. Like Terry, I didn't grow up in the 70s, 80s, and the early 90s with the best Carlton-Collingwood rivalry, seeing those teams go about it when you could just absolutely pulverise. But ever since starting Swoop Week in 2019 and meeting Terry and Pommy and, you know, all the other Carlton fans that come into my mentions, you know, twice a year. Oh man, it just makes me hate this fucking club so much. Like, I have never hated anything more, football terms, than I hate Carlton. I don't want to see them successful. It hurts me to see them 8-2 at the moment, because they've been so shit for 20 years. It hurts me to see them successful right now, or not successful, winning games. Their supporters up and about. You know, they'll probably play finals. But fuck, I hate this team. I hate them with every fibre in my body that I can muster. I hate them. Like, just thinking about them, talking about them right now, fuck, I hate this club. But we can knock them off. If we can knock them off. My predictions, I think we'll knock them off. I really do. This game can either go 2 ways. Collingwood win by 3 goals, or Carlton win by 40 points. I don't really see the 40 points happening. You know, Carlton have this tendency to get out in front, and they're younger kids, because they do have, I think, 13 players under 21 games or something, or 21 years old. They might not be conditioned for that later thing, slowing down a little bit. We saw it against Sydney. We've seen it multiple times, Hawthorn, Port Adelaide and stuff like that. So maybe we get on top of them towards the end of the game. But if we win, it'll be by a little margin, I think. Yeah, 15 points. Ginnivan will kick a couple. We got Jamie Elliott as well. Our forward line is pretty stacked. Wiedering will probably go on to Myercheck because he's the number 1 forward there at the moment. That's why I still also think we bring Cox in, because Cox lets 2 or 3 Carlton defenders man up on him. Bang, Ginnivan's there, Bo's there, whoever the fuck else is there, to crumb the ball. So I think for the team, I think Cox needs to play. Cameron goes forward, whatever it may be. But that's what I think will happen in this game. And yeah, just to reiterate the fact that I fucking hate Carlton. So, fuck them. And let's go out and beat them on Sunday. But until then, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you also hate Carlton? What do you think is going to happen? And I know there's going to be a bunch of Carlton supporters probably watching this video and probably in the comments and stuff. Run your mouth. Whatever, man. Have your fun. We'll see you on Sunday. If we win, we win. If we lose, fucking good on yous. But, oh man, imagine if we win. Let's go. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.